Welcome to Not the Code, where we explore the human side of software development. Last week, a support ticket came through that simply read, "I give up." No anger, no caps lock, just two words that hit harder than any bug report I'd ever seen. The user had been trying to export their data for 3 days. The feature worked perfectly, technically speaking, but somewhere between our elegant solution and their actual need, we'd built a wall instead of a bridge. This disconnect haunts most of us in tech, whether we admit it or not. Users don't hate developers. They hate feeling invisible. They hate when software makes them feel stupid. And honestly, after 2 decades in this industry, I'm starting to think they're right to be frustrated. Let me tell you about Maria. 3 months ago, I sat behind a two-way mirror watching her, an accountant, try to export her quarterly reports. Simple task. Should have taken 30 seconds. Instead, I watched her click 17 different buttons. Heard her mutter, "Where the hell is it?" 4 times. Saw her finally slam her laptop shut. When the researcher asked for feedback, Maria looked directly at the mirror, directly at me, and said, "Whoever built this has never done actual work." I'd built it. 6 weeks of perfecting elegant error handling, smart format detection, processing capabilities that could handle thousands of records in seconds. Technically beautiful, completely useless to Maria. That moment sits with me, not because she was wrong, but because she was absolutely right. I'd never done her work. I'd imagined it, abstracted it, optimized it, but I'd never lived it. There's a journey we never map on our sprint planning. It goes like this. Day 1, user finds bug, reports it professionally. Day 30, bug still there. User reports again, less professionally. Day 60, user creates workaround, tells team don't click the blue button. Day 90, user stops reporting anything. Day 120, user becomes the person training new hires to avoid our features. I discovered this timeline documented in a customer's internal wiki. They'd created a 14-page guide. The title? How to Survive Our Product. 14 pages. To survive. Let that sink in. Someone spent hours documenting workarounds for our solutions. They built training materials for avoiding our features. They institutionalized the act of not trusting us. We're addicted to clever solutions. I get it. I once spent 2 weeks building a smart form that would predict user input based on previous entries. Machine learning, pattern recognition, the works. During testing, one user spent 8 minutes fighting it. Every attempted entry triggered auto-completion to something wrong. She finally asked, exhausted, "Can I just have a normal form that lets me type?" Here's the part that still humbles me. When I stripped out all the intelligence, all of it, task completion went from 8 minutes to 90 seconds. We'd been solving problems users didn't have, creating new ones they couldn't solve. Last Tuesday, an error message in our app said, "Failed to establish WebSocket connection due to CORS policy violation." To us, that's diagnostic gold. To our user, a marketing manager trying to update a campaign, it might as well have said, "Error. The flux capacitor has inverted the polarity matrix." She screenshotted it, sent it to support with one word, English. I pulled our error logs, ran an analysis, found that most of our error messages contained technical jargon that users couldn't act on. They'd see these cryptic warnings, feel stupid, close the app, and try again later. Some never came back. We'd built a system that made people feel inadequate for not speaking our language. Want to see betrayal in real time? Watch someone's face when their muscle memory fails because you move their primary action button. 6 months ago, we improved our interface, moved the save button from bottom right to top left. Our UX research showed it was more logical. The heat maps proved it. The A/B tests confirmed it. We lost a significant portion of active users in 2 weeks. One longtime user wrote, "I've been clicking bottom right to save for 4 years. It's not about logic. It's about the 1,000 documents I almost lost because my hand went to the wrong place." She wasn't resisting change. She was mourning broken trust. So what actually works? After years of getting this wrong, here's what creates real change. First, the 24-hour response protocol. Every bug report gets a human response within 1 day. Support satisfaction transforms almost immediately. It takes 2 hours daily for one developer, but the trust rebuilt is immeasurable. What we actually say is simple. "Hi, Sarah. I see the export is failing for files over 50 megabytes. I'm investigating now. I'll update you by Thursday with a fix or workaround." No corporate speak, no ticket numbers, just human acknowledgement. Second, the Grandparent Test. Every feature explanation must pass the "Could my grandparent understand this?" test. Support tickets drop dramatically. We changed Enable SSO authentication to Sign in with your work email. The simpler language didn't just reduce confusion, it made users feel respected. Third, the gradual release strategy. Roll changes to small user groups first. Gather feedback for a week. Change shock complaints, nearly disappear. Tell users they're in the early access group. They feel special, not ambushed. People resist surprises, not improvements. Fourth, the shadow session. Developers spend 2 hours monthly watching real users work. Feature adoption improves significantly when developers see actual usage patterns. Truth bomb? In our first session, 0 users found our intuitive new feature without help. Watching real work changes everything. It's humbling, painful, and absolutely necessary. Here's your Monday morning revolution. Tomorrow morning, before you open your IDE, do this. Find your 3 angriest support tickets from last month. Actually call those users. Yes, pick up the phone. Say this: "I built the thing that frustrated you. Can you show me what happened?" Then shut up and watch. Don't explain. Don't defend. Don't architect solutions in your head. Just observe someone trying to accomplish real work with your creation. Fix the actual problem they show you, not the elegant refactor you're itching to build, the real problem. One developer tried this, told me later, "I fixed more real issues in 1 week of calls than 6 months of sprint planning." At 1 a.m., when the deploy is done and the office is quiet, I sometimes think about Maria, the accountant, about that wiki page, about every user who gave up. The gap between us and them isn't made of code, it's made of assumptions. Every time we assume users think like developers, we add distance. Every time we prioritize clever over clear, we build walls. Every time we change without warning, we break trust. But here's what 20 years of building and breaking things has taught me. Every small bridge matters. That error message rewritten in plain English. That button put back where muscle memory expects it. That response saying, "I see you, I hear you, I'm fixing it." These aren't just nice to haves. They're the difference between software people tolerate and software people actually want to use. Next time you're about to deploy that clever feature, ask yourself, would Maria the accountant thank you or throw her laptop? Maybe that's the only code review that matters. Thanks for spending these 10 minutes with me. If Maria's story hit close to home, if you've been that user writing survival guides, or if you're ready to start building those bridges, you're not alone. Visit us at notthecode.com, where we dig deeper into these human challenges that make or break our software. In every post, we explore the complicated, deeply human side of building technology that actually works for people. If this episode made you think differently about that angry support ticket sitting in your queue, share it with your team. Share it with that developer who needs to hear it. Share it with that manager who keeps asking why users are frustrated. Follow the podcast wherever you listen so you don't miss our next conversation about what really matters in tech, the humans on both sides of the screen. Until next time, remember, we're not just shipping features, we're building bridges.